Check. 1, 2, 3. Guys, can you hear me clearly? Yes, no. 1 second. Let me just go check it myself. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. Okay, we'll just wait for a few more seconds for people to join. How is everyone? How is everyone doing? What's up, guys? Just gonna wait for a few more seconds. 1 second. Interesting. What is this new feature? I think. 1 second. I'm just doing a direct YouTube live from YouTube itself. So I don't know how this works exactly. But let me just test if it works correctly. Okay, it works fine. It works fine. Very good. Okay, chalo. How is everyone? How are you guys doing, guys? I know it's been a while since we did live. By the way, this is live. This is not pre-recorded. For all the people who think this might be pre-recorded, I don't know why people think all of this. But how are you guys? How is everyone? How have you seen the market right now? I know it's very funny, the market. So I'll tell you what we're going to do today. Today we're quickly going to look at a couple of things. Now, I think how many of you all saw the January 1st video that I put out? On January 1st, which is the new year, I think January 2nd, I'm not sure exact date, but I put out a video about my next pick for, let's say, 2024. How many of you all actually saw that video? If you did, just say in the chat, I saw it, or just say yes, if you guys saw it. Just trying to understand how many of you all actually saw that video, yeah? 1 second. Yeah, perfect. So let me show you something, okay, about that video, because I know, first of all, today what we're going to discuss is we're going to look at what has happened to those stocks. Number one, has that small case even given any kind of return or not? Number two, if it has given return, who has given the return? Number three, and what is the next steps to do with that? Number four. And number five, one very important thing I want to show you before we get into that entire video, okay? So first, let's go step by step. This is not going to be a very long live. This is going to be maximum like 30 minutes. So I hope you guys are okay with it. Have some water and let's begin. Okay. Chalo, let me just share my screen. Okay. First, before we get into anything, first let's look at where Nifty is at right now. Look at Nifty. Okay. This is the daily chart of Nifty. I'm just changing it to daily chart. I think you guys can see my screen. So Nifty has been range bound for a very long period of time. Okay, so Nifty has not been going up for a long time. It has been going up, down, up, down. In fact, 22,100 to 22,200 is where Nifty has been taking a big pause for a very long period of time, right? This is one big problem that we're seeing. And now we see in the last few days, Nifty is desperately trying to break this entire barrier of 22,200. I would still not say it has broken significantly or it has broken with full confidence. I would still not say that, because if I go into the weekly chart, this still looks like this, right? It can do a massive turnaround from here, because every time it goes up like this, it is slightly, RSI also is a little higher. But again, we're in a trending market. But in the big consolidation we had since November, the market has not been moving a lot, right? In fact, if I had to just check from December itself, if I had to just do a quick math, how much did the price grow from December, Jan 1st, okay? Jan 1st, the market closed at around 21,700, and now the market has closed at 22,000, almost 200 only itself. Okay, 22,200. Okay, just put it this way. So the market in the last almost 2 months, let's say 2 months, right? Jan to Feb, let's say 2 months. Market in the last 2 months has given an approximate return of 2.26%. How many of y'all, saw this market? How many of y'all are getting bored with the market right now? How many of you all saw similar kind of returns in the market giving around 3%, 4%, 5%, because your portfolio went up and then went down and then went up, then went down constantly? Every time it goes to 22,000, there is massive selling coming from FIIs. Every time it goes towards 21,000, there is massive buying coming from FIIs. So this is constantly going on, right? Now, before we get into the next part, I want to show you, this was the video that I had posted, okay? I said my winning portfolio, 10 stocks with high growth potential. And I posted this, I think, on, was this the one? Yeah, this was the one. So I posted this on Jan 2nd. By the way, I did not take any position in this small case, okay? Because I feel that sometimes when I do a small case like this, we do it for a lot of education purpose and you want to know how I think. So I'd even put all the things that I thought of over here, right? So if I take a position, then I know there is one set of audience that comes out and says, oh Shashank, you're buying it before and then you're putting the video after so that you will make profit from it, assuming that I can actually manipulate and move markets, which is not the case. So just to be clear on the safe side, I don't buy only. Okay, so I make it and I don't buy, so I don't have this position at all. So for a lot of people thinking that I would have bought, no, I have not bought. I have not made any profit. But this was the companies that was bought at that point. We had bought KPI Green, we had bought Precall, we had bought Venus Pipes, KPIT, Ramkrishna, Angel One, Varun Beverages, Titagar, RVNL, and Mashdoc. These were the companies that was in that small case. Okay, number one. Now, I don't know how many of you saw the video, but the comments was something that I was really shocked with. And I'll show you the concept of how people think in today's market. Okay. Now, for example, let me just go through the simple comments. There's a lot of comments. Fact is, most of them have already rallied up 2x, 3x in the last 1 year. One should avoid FOMO buying or buy in small quantities for tracking now. Okay. One, those businesses may be good, but all growth is completely priced in. Better to wait for next bear market, next year's bear market, or whenever the next bear market. I'm sure most of them will be available below current market price. Number two, your recommendation is like making a movie using all artists who won Oscar award. Find low cost multi-bagger. You're simply picking all winners of today. So what I'm trying to talk about, one more thing, the advice for now is to stop and wait for price correction. I completely agree with this, right? A lot of people said that the market had already gone up, it was overheated, everything was, the companies that you pick, Shashank, were at an all-time high. And this is just a 3-4 comments that I'm reading. There are a lot of comments in the similar way, and a lot of people in that same fear of market being overpriced or everything is at an all-time high, I will not buy it, don't end up buying anything. Okay, now let me tell you one more thing. All the multi-baggers that have made money in the past, whether it's Reliance, whether it's Titan, whether it's TCS, any company, HDFC Bank, ITC, they were all at one point or the other all-time high. Please understand this, right? At one point or the other, they were sitting at all-time high. Now, the question is, and even the thought process that these people had with the comments are not wrong, right? The question is there enough scope in the market for a future growth? That is the bigger question. So that is why in this entire thing I had written, what is the key trigger or the key growth trigger that will happen that will push the stock price to go up slightly more. For example, KPI was recently doing a fundraise. Whenever a company does a fundraise, that means they're going to start investing more into the same company. That means the revenue is going to start kicking in a bit more as well. So that something was little lost on that part as well, number one. Number two, they were doing a bonus issue, which obviously gave a favorable output for the stocks, right? Number three, green sector was continuing to grow. Same with Capex, pre-call with Capex theme, Venus Pipes with Capex playing out, KPIT being a consistent compounder, Ramkrishna, again, railway theme for next 4 years, direct beneficiary. Angel One entering into AUM business, this slightly didn't play out, but we will look at everything one by one. So now, if I had to just check all of these stocks and see where they were, let me just show you, okay? Let me go here, and I've taken all of them one by one. So if I had to just map from Jan 1st, okay, this was one company, Jan 1st. This has currently given approximately huge amount of returns. Okay, so since Jan 1st, this company is definitely given a massive mega rally. Again, why did this give such a mega rally? Does anyone know why KPI gave such a mega rally? People in the comments, why did KPI Green give such a mega rally? It's sitting at 10,000 crore market cap, and if you look at the last 1 month, it was at 1,000. If you look at last 6 months, somewhere around Jan 1st, as you saw, it was around it was almost around 1,000, little less than 1,000, right? It was almost around 930, and now it's at 1,800. 1 month, almost 2 months. Chalo, put it 60 days. Why did it give such a big rally? Right? Remember, I told you that one thing is they're doing a QIP. Next thing, they were heavily investing into their power plants, and they were always constantly winning orders. If you go through their entire thing, they were constantly winning orders, one after the other. They're winning orders. 19 Jan, 30 Jan, 3rd Feb, 16th Feb, 15th Feb, one day. So they've been winning orders. They have been obviously taking a lot of liabilities, borrowings, because it is a capex heavy business, but they are getting funded. That is why they were picking up a massive amount of funding as well. And obviously, this is in a favorable sector. Now, is this sector over today? Do you guys think green energy sector is over today, or is just starting? Right? So even if you look at other companies like IREDA, if you look at KPI Energy, you look at JSW Energy, there are so many companies investing heavy amounts of money into this entire space. So the theme is not over yet. The theme is still going on. It's not over yet. So our job is to find good companies. And the reason why it went up also because of the massive revenue potential that it kicked in. Every quarter, It's been going up, and there is no reason for the fundamentals to look bad as of now. So obviously the company went up. This was a very big beneficiary of that entire thing, right? So this gave approximately 90% returns. Pre-call, if you see, maybe didn't give that kind of returns. Where is the Jan 1st, 2024? Yeah, if you look at pre-call came back, ended at 414, around 10% returns in 2 months. Not bad at all. Okay. I would not be greedy about it because it's only 60 days. What about Venus Pipes? Venus Pipes, what was happening? Capex play was kicking in, right? Let's take Venus Pipes to here, 16% return. Right? What is the reason of Venus Pipes? Massive capex playing out in the next 2 quarters, along with backward integration done with mother hollow pipes. Okay, let me check this now. Was this actually playing out? Did the quarter results come out well? Yeah, 136, 176, 180, 191, 207. There was margin expansion, but only by 1%. The capex didn't kick out fully, but definitely EPS growth was there. If EPS growth was there, then it has to start adjusting back to its EPS, to its P ratio. So obviously, Venus Pipes also went up. So small things like this, right, keeps going up. But let's look at everything, because there are a few winners, there are a few losers, right? KPIT, what happened? December, Jan 1st. Yeah, let's take from here to here. KPIT 6%. Okay. RKF. Okay. Jan 1st to this. Okay, 5%. No problem. Angel 1. From Jan 1st. This actually, where is Jan 1st? Jan 1st was here, right? Look at this. Jan 1st. So Angel One is the only company that's given minus 12% returns, mainly because of this massive drop that happened, where slowdown was detected in that company. But no problem. Right? What about Varun Beverages? Because we have more winners than losers, we're completely fine. What about Varun Beverages? You know, Varun Beverages gave a killer result. 23% in the last 2 months. Killer means killer result came out with Varun Beverages, right? Beautiful. Coming to Titagar, no movement much because Titagar needs a lot of order wins to actually it did move, but it moved and came back. So literally no returns, maybe 3%, little more than 3%, 4% down, right? What about RVNL? Look at this. RVNL was one company everyone said Shashank overvalued. You cannot buy RVNL. It has already gone up so much. How can you buy RVNL? Why? Because it had gone up like this. Look at this massive growth already. But RVNL is very poised for a breakout as well on Jan 1st. And if you look at the rationale behind it, where is it? Direct beneficiary of the massive scheme that was coming, and they did win more orders, and that is why we saw a massive rise happening again, right? Mazda Dock, I think not many orders kicked in at that point. Where is Jan 1st? As you see, Mazda Dock, no orders kicking in, 10% down. Okay, so these were the 10 companies. Now I want to ask you, you've seen everything, you've seen all the 10 companies with all the rationale, out of which maybe 5 or 6 played out, maybe 3 or 4 did not play out, completely fine. What do you think was the return of this entire small case in the last 2 months? Nifty has given 2.26. What do you think? Put in the comment section. What do you guys think was the return of this entire small case in the last 2 months? What do you guys think? Chalo, take a guess. For all the people who kept commenting that this is all-time high, Shashank, you cannot buy. You need to understand how momentum kicks in. You need to understand how everything plays out. You need to understand a little bit more about fundamental analysis, not just look at stock price and say it's at an all-time high. There is a reason why it has gone to all-time high. There might be more playing out in it. There might be more gas in it also. Okay, so Mahesh is saying 5, Rishabh is saying 8, Akash 20, 12, 15, 10, 20, 18. Okay, let me just quickly show you what the entire thing was. So, coming to created small cases, this was the next gen small case, right? No, here, New Year small case, 2024, created on Jan 2nd. It has given approximately 18.14% return, positive return, right? Even if I click on it and go inside it, these are the stocks, right? And you can just click here and see the returns that are coming up, right? So this in the last almost what, 40 trading sessions or 35 trading sessions, maybe in the last 2 months, it has given approximately 18.35% returns. Now, one question to all of you guys, is 18.35% return bad in 2 months? Yes or no? Is 18.14, chalo, 18.14% return, is it good or bad in 2 months? Less than 2 months, actually, not even 2 months. Jan 2nd to December 25th, आज to 25th है, but market got over on 23rd, so 2 to 23, right? Now, this is the problem. When I put this video, obviously I'm not an idiot, right, to put videos out without doing research. I'm not a stupid fellow. I've done a lot of research. I know what is going to play out. I know the risk reward ratio. I know what probability of companies can do well and what might do bad. And even in such a bad market, or I would not call it a bad market, but I would say no return market, where it was consolidating, this portfolio is going up 18% in 2 months. It's crazy. right? It has made a good amount of return. Now, coming to the another point, people said Varun Beverages, how can you buy? Or how can you even think of Varun Beverages, right? Varun Beverages all time high. Okay, fine, no problem. Sitting at all time high, went up to even more all time high. Now, is this overvalued, undervalued? Might be. But the revenue scope, you don't understand what is happening in the next few quarters. You don't understand what is playing out in the next few years. The recent expansion into Africa has also kicked in. Lot of things are playing out, right? So I put it here: consistent compounder, good product line, recent entry to Africa to drive a lot of revenue. Only negative is high P. So all factors I have taken into consideration with both sides. But either which way, the overall return of this entire portfolio was 18%, right? 18.14. Yeah, now I've made more for my own self. Even after that, I've been making more. But this was 18.14%, which was, in my opinion, quite good. So I keep tracking things. So the reason why I did this video today, or the reason why I went live today, is just to make you understand the mindset, right? See, whatever people commented on this, nothing wrong with this, right? Because of the mindset that has been said that Nifty is overvalued, all the stocks are overvalued, it will not make money. How many of you all think Nifty is overvalued right now? Tell me. How many of you all think Nifty is overvalued, or Nifty is undervalued, or Nifty is fairly valued? Overvalued, undervalued, fairly valued. Let me do a quick poll. Wait. Let me do a quick poll. Okay, so I want to understand from your perspective: overvalued, undervalued, or fairly valued. चलो, दोनों बताओ. Tell me. Okay. The reason why I want to show you something on how you can actually look at Nifty, whether it's overvalued, undervalued. See, because Nifty went up so much, people are very scared, right? When Nifty goes up so much, people got very scared. But you didn't understand that when Nifty went up, a lot of revenue of the companies have also gone up. It's not like India's economy didn't grow, right? Now you can listen to all the other things saying, oh, it is all fake numbers, all that is, GDP fake, hai, inflation is fake, growth numbers are fake. Fine, I'm not even talking about inflation, growth numbers, GDP. I'm looking at my companies making revenue. Is the Nifty 50 companies, which is your TCS, your Reliance, your Adanis, all of them, are they growing their top line? If they grow their top line, your Nifty has to go up, right? It is a direct indicator of the top 50 companies of India right now. So, see, now, for example, on this poll, 52% of the people think it's fairly valued, 39% of the people still think it is overvalued. So, a very clear, easy way to look at this, okay, a very clear, easy way to search this is just do Nifty historical P on Google. Okay, you come here, click on this article, click on this link here, and you will see the entire Nifty's P ratio since the year 2000. You can take 2008 as your reference, how Nifty was in 2008. Before that, how it was flying, how it fell after 2008, how it crashed. Then we come to COVID year. You see Nifty was sitting at 38, 40, 43. Definitely overheated like crazy, right? And then it fell down from 43. Immediately we came back to correction 23 at the end of the year. This is, by the way, month on month data. So you know exactly every month whether Nifty is overvalued, undervalued, or fairly valued, right? So right now, if you look at Nifty, it is sitting at 22.93. Now 22.93 is here, okay, in the chart. It is neither overvalued nor undervalued. In fact, right now it is fairly priced. Means the Nifty has gone up. That's because the companies have also made similar kind of revenue. But if Nifty goes up more now until the next quarter, then we are all playing on the next quarter result, assuming that India will do really well in the next quarter. But as of today, if you ask me, Nifty is completely fine. It is not overvalued. It is not undervalued. I would say it is fine right now, but it is in the tipping point. It can go either sides of the coin. Understood? This is a very quick way to check whether you want to see Nifty's overvalued or undervalued ratio here. Okay. So just coming back now. So this is basically how you find out whether companies are good or whether companies are bad. I am also keeping track of more companies. So I usually make a watch list like this to track which companies are going up, which companies are going down. Like, for example, there are other companies in my watch list, right? For this company, like I think it's Voltas. So this is also very close to a range breakout. And if it does, it might have another nice target, juicy target coming in the next few months. KICL, right? Very close to this. So once it opens only, then I can see whether I have to take a position or not. Your Indigo aircrafts, very close to another area. Reliance is literally at an all-time high. It is consistently going up, and because of this, GFS, Geo Financial Services, is also going up. So that is also very, very, very high right now. It might correct. So I'm waiting for a correction to happen. Look at ACC again. ACC is completely beautifully range bound. So it is very good, in fact, if it's range bound like this, because if it breaks this range, then it starts creating a new channel. So I'm again waiting for that also. Same with Birla. If you look at Birla, it has given an all-time high breakout, and on the weekly chart, it looks like a retest. Look at this. So not buying anything right now because I want to see if this sustains or not. If this sustains, then you can start taking a new position. Same with Care ratings. It is also on an upward trajectory right now. Look at this. What a beautiful play. What a beautiful play. So I'm just waiting for this resistance to be broken. If that resistance is broken, then we can start taking a smaller position like this. So this is basically how I keep analyzing the market, right? So for a lot of people who look at my videos, who think that I'm just throwing stocks out of the air, that's not the case. We do a lot of research. I do a lot of analysis. I read a lot of content and subject. So that is how everything is made. So are you guys clear? Did you guys understand? Let me go back to main screen. Yes, no? Did you guys enjoy it? So coming to, okay, now what do we do? What is the analysis, right? Very simple. For all the people, I don't think anyone bought that small case also, because I thought didn't buy, but I don't think anyone bought that small case. But there might be some people who might have bought it who are watching this. So if you have bought 18% is beautiful. It is not bad at all. I would suggest, if you have bought it for some reason, even though I hope you've done your own research before buying it, but 18% is very good, more than enough. Even if you take it out net of tax, you might come down to 15%, 14%, doesn't matter. Okay, I would say completely book it out and be done with it. If you feel, no, Shashank, I have a slightly higher risk appetite, then you can definitely do some partial exit, book some profit, and then keep the remaining if you want to grow. But boss, if it was me, the way I trade momentum stocks, I play out the momentum. The KPI momentum has played out, and now you should, like KPI, I think it's on an upper circuit journey. I think tomorrow, which is Monday, I think KPI's upper circuit will stop, and it will start correcting as well. So if you are in that, then there's a small correction that might come with KPIT, right? Definitely it's going up a lot. So that was basically the entire thing, right? So this is it. So there's not rocket science, as I keep telling you guys, it's not rocket science. But do your own analysis, right? See, for example, even when I had put all that research and analysis of the 10 companies, some people understood it, some people didn't understand it. So right now, that entire Jan 1st small case that I made, which you guys liked it and loved it, and you guys asked me for it, is now done, because 18% return is very good for anyone to hold. Now, another question I have for you guys. Would you like me to make another one, right? Not to invest, just to learn and understand and do a little research on. Would you like me to make another one maybe after the March quarter, right? Because I don't want to make right now, even though because I have some companies that I'm currently invested in, which are playing out momentum really well. So I would not make right now, but I would wait until a good correction comes in, because timing the market is also very important in this, right? These companies that I bought in Jan 1st, I knew they were going to go up. My chances of risk reward ratio was amazing, because I knew most of them would go up, some of them would not go down. And then the thing played out. Imagine 15-20% you can get in less than 2 months. You're done. Even if I had got 10% out of this, no, I would have been happy. I would have booked my profits, even if it's 10%, because 10% in 2 months is massive if you compound it annually. So now I'm going to wait. I'm going to check out, and once it does really well, maybe I'll start doing. Yes, after budget, definitely. I would do it pre-budget only. Not budget, sorry, budget. So nothing was there, boss. Nothing was there in this budget. I would take a bet pre-election, not post-election. I would take a small bet pre-election. Very risky it will be, but let me see what happens. Okay. So guys, that was it. Hope you guys like this episode. And if you did, none of you guys have clicked on that like button. So please click on that like button and keep, I'll be posting more videos for more research and analysis. There are some other videos on my channel that you can check out as well. But I hope you guys like this. This is a quick video from me. I've also shown you what I'm tracking right now with the targets that I'm keeping. So I'll obviously keep you guys updated for whatever happens. Okay. Awesome, guys. This is me, Shashank Udupa, signing off. Take care. See you guys.